All right. So for the wrap up, obviously, a 4-1 is not bad. Can't complain. Um, I really have still been liking Flame Slash. I don't know what to say. Um, you know, I know that it can feel kind of janky because this is typically regarded as a sideboard card, but like if you think about it, why? Why does this have to be a sideboard card? I mean, like sure, in Mono Red Burn, if Mono Red Burn is ever interested in playing this in the sideboard, which I doubt they usually are anyway. I mean, or for that matter, Boros Burn. I guess I thought of Mono Red because I played a lot of Mono Red Burn too, but like if you think about it, like I've said many times, this deck is kind of like Red Deck Wins. It's kind of like one of those old, creature-based red aggro decks. Like Paul Sly played way back in the day with like Mog with like Mog Flunkies and like Jackal Pup and that stuff. Like those. This plays out definitely more in the spirit of those type of decks, which in a way, like traditional mono red prowess and the other Prowess variants play a little bit more like that, but I think this deck in particular, since it doesn't have, cantrips and doesn't play Manamorphose, in large part because of Obosh, but I got to be honest, I'm a little bit, I've never been super thrilled with, Manamorphose. But that's another story. As long as I'm on Obosh, it's very clear that that can't be played anyway. But, like, since this deck is really in the spirit of those older type of decks, particularly because it really just plays creatures and burn spells that hit creatures. Yeah, creatures and burn spells, all of which can hit creatures. It's really interested in using the burn spells for the most part in clearing the path. Um, sometimes a burst lightning might be superior because it can help turn on light up the stage. That is a thing. That's probably the main advantage that burst lightning has, but it just hasn't come up that much. And just as you saw in the league so many times, Flame Slash was so clutch, particularly in that blue red prowess matchup. Essentially it was so strong I could more or less throw the second game. And I felt pretty confident. Nonetheless, there's like almost a psychological edge knowing that I'm just way better covered with this card. So if anybody else is interested in playing this deck, based on how this is going, I just strongly recommend at least giving for Flame Slash a try. I'm certainly going to keep jamming it until it feels wrong. Uh, other than that, I mean, pretty good. I think I'm actually going to drop the Castle Embereth, though. I mean, we didn't see it screw us up that game, but it also didn't help us. And, yeah, that might just be too cute. I've from the very beginning, I've been very clear. It's not. It usually doesn't come up, and it's possible it's just too cute. The tokens, are usually good enough, just being chump blockers, just attacking for one, possibly turning on light up the stage. Um, yeah, yeah. So I think that's the only change. Plus, another thing about Castle Embereth that did bother me a little bit in the past is that it also provided another target for Field of Ruin. I think it fixed the opponent's mana in one of my previous leagues games. So I like it. I kind of like the tech. It has helped me in some games in the past, but it's pretty close. So I am gonna I'm gonna take it out. If somebody else is playing this deck or any variant of it, and has found Castle Embereth to be exceptionally outstanding, I definitely want to hear it. I have never found it to be exceptionally outstanding. I have found it to be helpful in certain spots, possibly game changing against blue-white control specifically in some very long drawn out games. But also every once in a while, it's just a little bit. It just trips me up a little bit. I don't think I've ever actually lost a game yet, though, to it coming into play tap. And it's only come into play tap maybe like twice, three times max. I mean, you only play one, though. It's also hard to get a feel because it doesn't come up one way or the other a lot, like whether it helps or hurts. But um, I think that's the only change I'm going to make, most likely. But I do, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Still loving this deck a lot. Congratulations to the winner of, I think it was the winner of the recent challenge yesterday. I think, was it Ryan MTG? Ryan MCD. You know, I see that Ryan MCD tweeted about their success with the with this deck. Yeah, you know, congratulations again. That was awesome that you won the challenge last you know, yesterday. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've been loving this deck. I think others have. You know, so I think others have too. And look forward to hopefully continuing having pretty good results. Um, yeah. All right. Till next time.